Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Mitch from Mitch Reviews Everything. Today I'll be reviewing 10 Fingers of Death, directed by Hsin, aka Gam Yam. This one stars Jackie Chan and Simon Yuen. And let's get into a couple of the other titles to this film, or at least titles or other versions of this film. We got Snake Fist Fighter, Master with the Cracked Fingers, The Cub Tiger from Kwangtung, Little Tiger from Kwangtung, and Little Tiger from Canton. Now, this movie in particular that I'm focusing on this review, or at least the cut, I guess, is the best way to put it, of this footage that Jackie Chan had filmed, is the 10 Fingers of Death footage film, or at least that version. We'll just call it that because there are slight differences, different voiceovers, different dubbing, different subtitles that resulted in pretty much the same theme, but slightly different movies. However, I watched Master with the Cracked Fingers probably about 5 years ago, and I do believe that was the same exact cut. So we'll consider this also a review for Master with Cracked Fingers, but that's pretty much what I have for you. Depending on what region you were in, this movie was released with a different title and could vary slightly depending on translation here, but that's kind of how it is with a lot of these old movies. So let's get into it. Also, one more thing before we get into the plot here. This movie also shares footage. They even take a little bit of Jackie Chan's Drunken Master footage here, so it's a bit of fun. So let's get into the plot here. So the movie starts out with the big boss, or the head bad guys, belittling three of his henchmen who have recently failed killing a man named Mr. Kwan. Two of the henchmen are pretty adamant that Mr. Kwan was a good man and did not deserve to die. The big boss is not happy with them at all and tells them that since they're rebelling and want to leave the gang, he is going to teach them a lesson by killing them. However, one student is able to escape as the other one sacrifices himself, and he says, "Go, escape, and raise my child," and that child is a little boy named Jackie. So they cut to a little boy named Jackie, and he is watching a group of children being trained by a master. The master is not happy that Jackie is watching and learning his kung fu for free, so he kicks him out. And a local beggar, played by Simon Yuen, sees all this and goes, "You know what, I will train young Jackie," and he takes Jackie under his wing. Now, the entire time that Jackie is being trained by the beggar master, all throughout childhood, and then they do a jump skip to Jackie being an adult, and that's where Jackie Chan comes in here. The entire time that was going on, his stepfather, one of the henchmen from the beginning of the movie, played by Tian Feng, has absolutely no idea that Jackie was training, and he does not want him having anything to do with the martial arts, and anytime he gets into fights, he gets punished for it. However, Jackie just can't stay out of trouble. He ends up getting a job as a waiter at a restaurant where he ends up running afoul with the local gang. This local gang, of course, is being led by the big boss that murdered his father. So then you get into the movie being revolving around Jackie Chan getting into fights with the local gang, all the while fighting the main boss's lieutenants, and ultimately leading up to Jackie, of course, fighting the man that killed his father. So it's some good stuff here. And let's get into some of that good. And some of that good is the martial arts. This movie, even though it's one of Jackie Chan's earlier films, the martial arts is good. I'm going to look at it two ways here. We'll start off with this. Comparing this movie and its martial arts to other films they were coming out with the same budget, same restraints, this movie is definitely above average. Really liked Jackie Chan's martial arts in it. The fights are all really good. Comparing it to a Jackie Chan film, however, I would say, of course, this one didn't have the biggest budget where they could go all out, where he's falling off of rooftops and all that craziness that Jackie Chan is known to do. So it's kind of lower for a Jackie Chan film, but here's the thing. Jackie Chan, even when he's doing stuff that's preposterous, makes absolutely no sense. It just looks all so good because he's just so smooth. We've all seen Jackie Chan, I'm sure, in one or two or 5 or 10 or 20 of his films, but he's just always good, even these early films. So if we're talking about martial arts, I really like this one. I'm going to rate the martial arts still pretty high, even though it's not the best Jackie Chan martial arts. And let's get to the bad. Unfortunately, it is the final scene of this film because Jackie Chan did not return to play Jackie in this final fight scene. He was working on something else and didn't want to return to film the fight here. So what they did was bring in a body double, or a double, I'm sorry, and they put a blindfold over his eyes to cover up the fact that it wasn't Jackie Chan, and they put a blindfold over the main bad guy, and they have the fight. Just super disappointing that the final fight in a Jackie Chan film is not him. That's just an obvious letdown, an obvious bad mark on this film. I will say this about the blindfold thing. That is the eccentric quality of the main bad guy. He likes to put blindfolds on and kill people. So if you watch my reviews, you know I like eccentric quality of my bad guys. So that is pretty cool. All in all, this is a pretty good martial arts film. It's not the best Jackie Chan film, but I do recommend it. Seeing Jackie Chan with Simon Yuen doing their thing again, kind of a drunken master deal again. So if you like that, you're probably going to like this. Definitely think it's worth watching, even though this is an early work. I'm saying even though it's an early work, no, even Jackie Chan's early work is good. So definitely still recommend Jackie Chan's early work and this film. So check it out. That's all I got for you. My name is Mitch, and this has been Mitch Reviews Everything. And now for your moment of Zen.
He is the one who killed your daddy.